The question is, a lot of these L1s are moving. Obviously, Bitcoin moved up 6%, ETH is up 10%, Solana's up 10%, Sui up 25% in a day. Well, that's pretty humongous. Hype is actually up 100% in the last month or something from the $9 lows, and still performing like relatively strongly now, but not, hasn't seen as big of a move in the last 24 hours. It's had much of its move in the last kind of couple of weeks, maybe. If you had 10K now, guys, how are you splitting across these very well performing L1s? Like, do we like the L1 trade? Assuming, in the universe where we do like the L1 trade, we want some exposure to any of these with 10K, how are you splitting across? Legendary first.
Yeah, okay. So that's a very interesting question, because at first I was like tempted to say I'm going to do 70-80% BTC and throw the rest into some L1s. But then I kind of rethought my own journey into this space. And like when I started, I entered with a couple $100, right? I did not have a massive stash to enter crypto with. And it does not make a ton of sense if you want to be an active participant in this space, right? And it's not, if you want to be an active participant, it doesn't make too much sense to park all of your 10K into Bitcoin. If you are observing the space and you don't want to spend a lot of time in it, then yes, probably allocate 70-80% into Bitcoin. If I just had 10K, put the rest maybe into Hype, because it allows me to bridge across the other EVM compatible chains easily, or farm some airdrops on Hype, do something like that in a more passive way. But if you say that you're like happy to lose those 10K and you want to get the most possible return and the highest risk from that, at the highest risk from that, basically, which go hand in hand, then I would maybe just allocate the smallest bit, if anything at all, to Bitcoin. And then I'd rather aggressively go into Hype, go into Sol. I wouldn't go into ETH and Sui per se, because I don't think there's like a lot of opportunity to do things on ETH mainnet right now from an airdrop perspective. There's definitely stuff to do on the Hype EVM side of things. You touched on a couple of those things on one of the shows last week. Same for the Solana side of things. I can't really speak to Sui. I know it's like the big mover today, but it's an ecosystem I've never explored too deeply. But I would basically, if I had the 10K, ask myself the question, do I want to participate actively in the space? And is this my capital that I'm willing to lose and I'm trying to make it with that over the next couple of years? And I'd allocate way more aggressively to ecosystems where I can farm airdrops, because I feel airdrops are a wonderful starting point to like potentially up level your capital, and going from 10 to 20 to 30K is pretty significant. If you just have 10K lying around and you don't really care about farming airdrops with them or be active with them, put the majority of that into Bitcoin and pick something maybe like Hype for 10, 15, 20%, whatever it is that you're comfortable with, and just chill with that stack instead.
Yeah, that's fair. That's an interesting thing. Obviously, the thing you said at the start is correct, which is it depends how much what this 10K represents to you, right? If it's the only crypto that you have, then that represents something else to someone that's just like, okay, this is 10K that I'm playing around with. So I think that's a good distinction to make. Let's just go to Bread. One comment, I kind of agree with you on Sui. Like, I don't know enough about Sui. I'm curious, Bread, do you know much more about the Sui ecosystem? It's obviously doing very well. A lot of people do like it. Maybe we're just not personally exposed in that direction or haven't read up on it. How would you kind of allocate across these 5 at the moment?
Yeah, honestly, so I understand Sui technically. I have a good grasp there. I have not played in the ecosystem, same as you guys. To be honest, I would probably, given it's 10K, that's not like, that wouldn't be a huge portion of my funds, and I'm kind of a all or nothing dude. I would just go all in Hype. I would do Hype, and I would start playing Hype's ecosystem, because I feel like it is one, Hype as a protocol is one, it's pierced CT pretty heavily, right? Like a lot of these other ones haven't that yet. Like, yes, you'll get people that kind of trickle in, like, oh, we should buy Sui because Sui's got Move as a program or a VM, and like, oh, it's whatever. But like, you don't hear people hanging out in the Sui ecosystem, at least like, not often. So
well, just think, all 3 of us, we do stuff all the time, every single day on chain, and we're just like, we don't know enough. So like, it can't be just us, right? The fact that all 3 of us are in that same position.
Yeah. Now, don't get me wrong. I do have down bad bags on Sui. Like, I have exposure. Actually, I think I minted like some of the
Reasonable
first
disclosure.
NFTs that yeah that were on Sui. Like I have a wallet somewhere around here. I remember liking their wallet, and I like the tech. Like I
It's
think it's
good.
actually
I've used it like once. It is actually good. It's like super clean. It's fast. Anything that people say
yeah,
about Solana is like, oh, it's good. It's fast. It's good UX. You could say about Sui the 1 or 2 times that I've used it.
yeah. Is it different enough like to make a difference? Yeah, I don't know. Other than the programming language, which isn't something that's like going to impact us as users often. Like there's maybe some smaller stuff. So I would go hype because one, you still hear it on Pierce the Ethereum, or not Ethereum, the crypto Twitter conversational bubble pretty often. It shows up on feed charts really consistently, which means there's actual like heavy usage going on, right? Like, and the compliments on the actual perps uh, perps protocol, like the application is always top of mind, right? Everyone's like, yeah, it's really fucking good. Like it feels good. It's a great user experience. It's amazing. It's continuing to be used, and then all of that stuff is going to splash off and go into the EVM side, which is, I think, uh, I think under participated in relative to like the amount of hype that the actual hype side gets. So I think it's the best combination of all words. And it's, I'm looking now, it's hype itself is 25th. If you look at layer ones, uh, or that's all tokens, sorry, and just at 18 bill FDV, which if you look at Sui, it's 28. So I think there's still a lot more room there relative to its growth and mindshare that it has.